Hello everyone, Heccu here. So far in my interviews, I talked to players from the Baltic states and the CIS region, but today I am changing my direction and I'm going to talk to someone lives more on the south. Today, I am joined by the main author of Team Secret, who is Anarkez. Anarkez, how's your Saturday?
Pretty good. How yours?
I'm doing pretty good. It's actually awesome that even though like we tried way to make an interview before, you found the time to make another one, and hopefully this time we'll have no technical difficulties.
Yeah, hopefully.
Hopefully, yeah. But the initial reason why I wanted to make an interview with you was because saw you play in FPL, and now I saw you play in MDL. Plus, I've heard really good things about you. So, again, thanks a lot for agreeing for a second interview.
Yeah,
Okay,
thank you as well. So that I can make interview with you.
nice. Okay, then let's not delay and start the questions. So, right from the beginning, you start your career by playing with other players from Israel, and with them, you actually managed to reach two Asian minors twice. Yeah,
Yeah.
twice. Then, for a short period of time, we saw you with some players from the CIS region. At this point, we can hear that you have no problems communicating in English, but how fluent are you in Russian?
I mean, my Russian is pretty good. My parents are Russian, so like I can pretty speak like fluent Russian. Maybe I will have some difficulties with call out names like on maps, but
Mm-hmm.
basically it's pretty good. Like to talk with someone fluently, it's pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but so you had an option, kind of. I mean, you do have an option to play in the CS region, but right now you are playing in Europe, which is the most competitive scene. Have you ever considered building a career in the CIS? Because technically it should be easier, right?
Yeah, basically it should be easier, but I mean, I had some offers from like CIS, but I guess I just decided to play in Europe right now, so it's a little bit like harder right now because I'm playing with Secret and I'm really happy with Secret. So I mean, maybe in the future. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because right now you're playing a Sigurd, but from what I saw on HLTV, except that one time in LDLC, you've never really played in a team before. Like, not so long ago, that changed because, yeah, you got signed by Secret because your mix performed really, really good. Uh, in that initial roster, because you went through different changes. In that original roster, did anyone even try to OGL, or you were just a mix that gathered together and just was running around, exchanging information, and that was it?
basically on the original roster, like when we qualified to ECS and like to the main, not to the main event, but the Europe weeks and stuff like
Mm-hmm.
this, we just ran. Like we didn't have any tactics. Like everyone was calling something, and we were just following it. I guess, like
Mm-hmm.
literally like running around. But when we secret signed us, so I tried to be a little bit of IGL and Opera, of course,
Mm-hmm.
and it was a little bit hard. But I mean, at the end, it didn't work out. So like we just benched Rigon and we got an IGL.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, your original roster was really good, but yeah, you went for an RGL because unfortunately you can go so far even by being an exceptional mix. According to HLTV, before getting the current RGL, you tried out Happy, who's a really well-known French player who lifted in two major trophies. Why didn't he stay in secret? Was there a problem in chemistry, or were there other issues?
There was issues of chemistry and there was issues like agreement of salary, I guess, something like this.
Hmm.
As much as I told, so like, I've been told. So I don't know if it's like, but basically it's like problems with salary, I guess, and like we didn't have much chemistry with him because we didn't get so much results with him. Like we were
Hmm.
with him like 1 month or something like this, but we still didn't get like too much with him. So it was a little bit hard.
Hmm. I see. Well, in April, you picked up your current RGL, who is Percy, and so far it seems that he's doing a pretty good job in the driver's seat. After losing Vegan at the start of the year, you lost another member of the original mix, that being Tatsun. As I understand, the main reason for his departure was due to him wanting to play in a different role. He wanted to be the op, which is what you usually play. Was that the reason why he left, or was there something more?
I mean, he wanted to leave because of the op. We didn't want him like to keep in the team because he didn't have much experience. Like he was afraid kind of to play. I don't know
Mm-hmm.
why, but like it was a little bit hard with him because he was like unexperienced and he didn't know a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So
Like tiny little details. Yeah.
um I can say like when he was playing new positions, like he didn't really put 100% on it. Like he
Mm.
didn't watch demos and stuff, but it was hard for him, I guess, because he wanted to play the op and like I was playing this role, so it was a little bit hard. So
Mm-hmm.
I think like he felt uncomfortable on it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, yesterday I saw Tatson's tweet where he admitted that you proved him wrong. So I'm really happy to see that there's actually no bad blood between you two. I'm also kind of happy that you didn't try to go like the double op scenario because at this point we know one team that tried to do it, and I have no idea what's going to happen to MIBR at this point. But I guess it's a
Yeah,
topic for a different interview.
yeah,
But yeah, but when Tatson left, you tried out Roland, you tried out Nuki, who is from Lithuania.
yeah.
But right now, it seems that you decide to stick to Redifaction. He's been playing with you since the end of May, and right now it's beginning of October. According to Wikipedia, he's still not officially on the roster. Is he still not signed, or Wikipedia needs an update?
It should be signed, I guess, in few like weeks, I guess. But
Mm-hmm.
basically, we really want him in the team, so we're not going to change him or something like this. But he's probably gonna be with us for the rest of
Mm-hmm.
the year, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah, because he's been like with you for a real long time. Like, so hopefully you'll get him signed and he stays. But
yeah,
the team's newest addition is SMF. He took the spot of a player who, unlike your other ex teammates, which is like Regan and Hudson, was pretty vocal on Twitter. Fletcher didn't mention who exactly caused his departure from the team, but he wished all the best to the remaining two players of the original mix. So I can make a conclusion that maybe there were some kind of differences in opinion between him and the leader. Was that the case?
there was some beefs between both of them, like Percy and him, like kind of. It was hard, like for them to play with each other. Um, I can't really say all the details, but I can say
Mm-hmm.
like it was like he like Flatter didn't like stuff on Percy like that he did, and Percy didn't like the things that Flatter does. So
Mm-hmm.
it was a little bit like really hard to continue, and at the end, like that's what happened. Like
You had to
Flatter,
choose.
yeah, we kind
Yeah.
of had to choose between both of them. So yeah,
Yeah, and I can find like maybe like a new AGL is really, really not easy, like a top tier AHL. But yeah. But
yeah.
well, despite all the roster changes and you playing with subs, almost a month ago you qualified for MDL. It was not really easy to get there because Team Heretics, which is the first team that you played against in the playoffs, sent you to the lower bracket. That's also the same team that you end up winning against in the final lower bracket series. Were you
Yeah.
having an off day the first time you've met them, or you won because they made a strange decision of banning nuke over Vertigo?
The first time when we played against them, I was really mad when we lost them. I remember.
Mm-hmm.
I really don't like didn't like the fact that we like were really really close to to winning them. There was like 2 rounds maybe difference, and it was like a little bit tough for me. But
Mm-hmm.
then like when we continued on the bracket, like I saw that we can meet them again, and I told my teammates like, okay guys, like this is the chance like to prove that like we're better, like we can win those kind of teams.
Yeah.
And like my IGL Percy told me that he wants to like leave them to ban Nuke and to leave Vertigo open.
Mm-hmm.
I was like really it was a strange decision for me. Like
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, I was a bit mad about it.
Yeah.
But at the end, like it's like worked for us. Like the band, like actually Vertigo, and like yeah. So it was like a really big risk for us. Let's say it like this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was a really big risk, but you got the spot, and so far it seems that you really deserve it because right now you have already like 5 wins, and the only team that you lost is Sprout. Do you think that with the current roster that you have right now, Secret will be able to reach the MDL playoffs?
In my opinion, we have a really good firepower to reach it. I think we a little bit struggle with tier two teams right now, like for example Sprout or Virtus Pro.
Mm-hmm.
But we're definitely working hard, really hard to get like those wins against those teams because like I think we really like we can really beat those teams. Like we have a lot of firepower.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I can't wait to see you succeed in that, Anarchist. I should not delay you any longer since today is Saturday and you still have a few hours to chill.
Yeah.
Uh, thank you very much for finding the time for another interview. Before we end, would you like to say maybe a shout out to like the people that support you and maybe your team and org?
Of course, shout out to my like organization, the management, like everyone on the team. I love them so much, so I love to play with them, and of course the fans of Israel. Like they're really amazing, and everyone's supporting me harder. Like no much more words. I don't know. Thank
Mm-hmm.
you very much, everyone.
Awesome. Okay, everyone, remember to subscribe and follow both of us on social media. Bye bye.
Goodbye, guys.